There we go. All right, so today is a big day. We are gonna start prepping the entire surface of the garage walls for paint. So we're gonna do a custom color scheme in this garage. It's gonna look really awesome. I think you guys are really gonna like the colors. So all I gotta do is go to Lowe's and pick up all the supplies. We already know what colors we wanna do, but I don't know like the color codes or exactly what it's gonna line up to, but I have an idea. So I'm gonna bring that to them. Let's see what they say, and let's see if we can get some colors for this shop. I'm so excited. This is gonna be insane. So let's go ahead and go to Lowe's now. Scat. Okay, so now that I have everything from the store, we gotta start moving everything out of the way. That way we can just move everything off of the wall and make room for preparation, because there are a lot of holes on this wall that have to be fixed. So as you can see, we got holes that are like this here. We got holes like that up there. And I did get those supplies to repair that. So what we gotta do is we gotta get rid of all of this stuff. We gotta put Stella outside. We gotta put Carlos's car outside. That way we have room, and I also really do not want to paint around these cars. So we're gonna take everything out. I think we're probably gonna have to we're gonna have to move or cover the Lotus that's sitting right here. By the way, we do have a customer Lotus in-house here, which is really sick. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Scat. All right, so I got Carlos's STI out, and it is right back there. And now we got to get Stella out of here. And I think what I'm going to do is I bought a bunch of plastic wrap. I'm going to just very carefully wrap the Lotus up, make sure nothing gets on it and it's very protected. That way we can paint the walls and we don't have to worry about getting paint on anything. So let's get Stella out of here and we will have more room to work. Then we can really start backing everything away from the wall. And this part's going to be really fun. We're going to get to scrape all of this paint off, and then we're going to sand everything real nice, patch some holes, and we'll get to it. So let's do that now. All right, we got all of our supplies that we need to get this going. So we have our base coat, which this is Ultra White Kills. Sorry for the noise over there, by the way. It's really annoying. It's a recycle plant. You can see the tractor going over there, so try not to mind that. But anyways, we have our Ultra White base coat here. We have our Valspar Chimney Gray, or Chimney Smoke. And then we also have, it's actually just called Quite Red. It almost looks pink there because it's spread out, but you'll see when we crack this open. We have all the other supplies that we need. We have everything to repair the drywall. I have some drywall mesh that we're basically going to repair the wall with. And then the joint compound back here, which we're gonna put over that. And then I also have the dry decks, which this is for like smaller holes. So this is just a little bit of spackling for that, which dries in about 45 minutes. So anything that we use this for, that'll be easy to paint over in about 45 minutes. This, if we have to use it, it's probably gonna have to sit for about 20 to 24 hours. So we won't be painting over anything with this today, but tomorrow we'll be back and we'll be doing that. So let's go ahead and start opening these cans and show you what they look like. All right, so let's take a look at our Chimney Smoke and see what this color looks like. There it is. That is the Chimney Smoke, and that is going to be painted about 6 feet up. Wow, that looks cool. This one I'm really excited about. I think this one's going to look the coolest, honestly. It should be like a Ferrari red. It's very, very bright. Oh yeah, it almost looks pink. Why does that look pink? Anyways, it looks purple or pink right here, so we'll give it a shot. Ski it. And then you guys know what white looks like, so I'm not going to open this just yet. But anyways, let's go ahead and start prepping the walls. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Let's get it. All right, so we're gonna use like a little putty knife or, you know, scraper like this, and we're gonna just go like this and just start taking off this wall as much as it will go. This old paint is absolute garbage, so we're gonna just do this until it stops. And then what we're gonna do is we're going to sand it down and go from there. So that's what we're gonna do right now. That's gonna take a little bit of time, and then I'll start recording again when we're ready to patch the wall. We got bagged Rex, who just showed up to help us out also. He brought the Subi. Ooh. We got Flippy. Yeah. Hey. All right, so you just had an idea for the shop. All right, what is it?
Portable basketball hoop.
Ooh, that'd be sick. So we're like, dude, imagine if you could paint like a little like half court right here, just stick it right here. That would be balling. Ball is light. Boxer balling.
Boxer balling.
Boxer. You good, bro? You got something against balls? Not. All right, so the other guys are still working back at the shop. We're gonna go take Stella because we need to get a little bit more sandpaper and some more of the sanding blocks and a couple other supplies. Flip, this is your first time in Stella?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I'm excited.
All right, we got a couple more of these for the boys.
For the boys,
Yeah,
got a little patches.
All right, so now we got everybody helping out, the whole squad. We got Sky, we got Flip, we got Ryan, we got Christian, we got Julie. Can I get a scat?
Scat.
Scat, oh my God, dude. That's crazy.
So mad, I just want to.
So that's what happened.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, wow! What's up? All right, so now what I have to do is while they're scraping and getting everything prepped, I'm gonna go ahead and patch these holes. They've already sanded all of this down, so I'm just going to take some wet cloth and make sure it's free of the particles from sanding. And then we're gonna slap one of these on here. This is a patch. And then what we're gonna do is put joint compound over that, make sure that we fill this hole up. So that's what I'm gonna do now. We have done so much. I mean, it's probably been about 4 hours since I filmed, well, maybe not 4 hours, 3 hours since I filmed the last clip. We have been filling all of these holes. As you can see, everything is filled in. We did the best we could. It's definitely not gonna be perfect. It's shop walls, drywall. What do you expect? Anyways, we just want it to look as nice as possible, so we got that all done. It is time to crack open the first can of paint. A lot of this stuff, the joint compound, like especially that guy over there, and this guy over here has to dry for some time. So we're gonna just kind of start cutting in some areas that are already ready to go and that don't need time to dry. And we can kind of just start rolling them out. And by the time we've rolled certain sections, we can sand all this down and then start priming all that. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Let's go ahead and get to our first pour. We're gonna do just like a little bucket because we're gonna just do some cutting in with a brush on this one. So scat. So we're just gonna mix the paint up. This is the ultra white. This is Kills, so this is the primer. This is gonna be really, really cool to put on. It's gonna totally change the look of everything because right now we're all blue, so having it all white at least is gonna be a change. But we're not really gonna get to see the true potential of everything until we get that gray and red on there. I'm already making messes. And I do have a little brush that we're gonna use for basically cutting in our edges. So let's go ahead and start doing that over there. We're gonna go ahead and apply the first paint that we're gonna put onto the walls here. So we're gonna just go ahead and cut around this outlet, and we're gonna cut around here on the edges. That way it's easy to roll out. So I don't know what I'm doing, but this is the first time we're gonna put some paint on the wall. Oh yeah, that's that Ultra White by Kills. I'm just kind of putting it on there, just cutting it in is what you call it. And that way when you roll it, it's a little bit easier. We might have to do a couple coats of this stuff to cover that blue, I'm not sure. Or maybe just one, because it is just a primer. Maybe up top we have to do more than one. All right, Ryan, what's going on?
I'm just gonna, put some primer on here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So we are basically getting ready to start with the rolling. We are waiting for certain things to dry, like this needs to dry, we need to sand it. Normally, if this was a house, we would be doing a much nicer job.
Nice. It'd be very nice.
I mean, I feel like we're already doing a nice enough job for a shop.
I think it's gonna look nice.
Okay, guys, so I am getting everything ready to start the rolling process. We have our paint right here. We have our rolling mechanism, is what I'm gonna call it. And we have, of course, the little roller deal on there. So we're gonna pour some paint in there. I'm gonna attach this to our roller rod, and dude, we're gonna get it. Just rolling out the first wall, and we're just gonna keep booking it. I really wanna try and get this first base coat rolled out tonight in the whole shop. I know that sounds like a lot, but it's just a primer, and it really doesn't have to be super thick, especially because, or at least on the bottom side, especially because it's being followed by a really dark color. So I'm gonna just do my best. We're all in here having fun, and this is all about learning, so let's get it.
Let's get it.
Okay, so Ryan has left us, and we are now the only ones in the shop. So I got this wall all rolled out. It's a pretty thin layer of primer, which is all right because this is going to be a really dark color. And over here, I'm going to try and get this wall all rolled out. So that's the next goal. Let's get it. Okay, so I figured I'd show you what I have right now. I think it's almost going to be 3 in the morning, so I've been at this for quite some time now. I really got to give props to whoever does this kind of work, and I actually come from if I were to do this kind of work, I think I'd be 4th or 5th generation. My whole family does this kind of stuff, but they do more of the decorative kind of things, more of the fine finishing, not so much this kind of stuff. However, they do know how to do this stuff. So huge props, because I have the patience for it. It's just, it's annoying. And especially the fact that you can tell the unevenness in the coat. This is definitely gonna take 2 or 3 coats for it to be the ultra white that we're going for. So I'm thinking possibly just scrapping the idea of using the primer as the ultra white above the stripe that we're planning on doing. That was the idea that Lowe's gave me. The girl at Lowe's said use the primer as the ultra white because it'll be ultra white anyway. However, we're through about 1 can, and you can see how much more of this shop we have to do. So that's 1 can coverage. And I did get a little bit of this primed out. I was super light over here because that's all gonna be gray anyway. But where we're gonna have to cut the line, it's gonna be like right there, and then everything above that is going to be this ultra white. However, it's not very ultra white yet because we're gonna need more than just this 1 coat. So I gotta figure out whether I wanna just keep adding the same paint, the same primer all the way up and just keep it this ultra white Kills, or if I wanna buy an actual white paint. Not sure yet, so we'll find out. I really wanna try and get some over on this wall. That way when I come back tomorrow, I can basically already do a little bit of the gray just to see what it would look like. But the other problem I'm struggling with, I'm really starting to regret doing this, chipping off all of this paint. I mean, there really wasn't anything else that I could do, honestly, because the paint was in such bad condition. However, I'm noticing that the texture of this drywall, it's kind of like fuzzy, even though I've tried to sand it down all the way. It's absorbing the paint a little differently, and it's reflecting over here. You can actually see it right there, how it's appearing a different shade. It's almost like a beige or a cream. It's not responding well to the primer. So it's gonna be interesting. And that's another reason why I think I'm gonna stay away from the primer as the ultra white coat and try a actual white paint tomorrow, because that's a problem. So I'll probably do like nice, even light coat of primer across everything. And then I'll do, then I'll probably do the white paint. And then I'm gonna do the charcoal, or sorry, the chimney smoke color. And then I'll probably do the red last. But I'm just a little bummed with how this is coming out. But, you know, we're all about accepting challenges here at BoxerBaddies. So that's basically where we're at right now. The other thing that I don't really like is, you can tell right here, it's a different sheen because of the paint that was here before versus what we chipped off. And so it's leaving this, like, in harsh light, it's leaving this really like weird effect where this is a lot shinier than the rest of the area, and I really don't like that. So I don't know. I mean, when it's all said and done, it is a shop. I do want it to look nice, but it is what it is. As long as we get like the nice colors trimmed in there. And I think once everything comes together, the charcoal, or I keep calling it charcoal gray, the chimney smoke gray, once that's all in and the red is in, I really don't think it's gonna make much of a difference. And I think it's gonna be more of like overall perspective, because when people come in, they're not gonna go and like inspect the walls and be like, this looks a little funky. I don't know what, this doesn't match. You know, it's a shop. I just wanted it to look nice. This blue that they left here before was pretty hideous. And I just want something like striking. You come in and it's like, boom, you know, this is pretty cool. So, you know, I am spending a lot of my own money on this. I'm really spending all of this on, this is all my own money, with the help of the guys from the shop. But it's all a learning experience, and I can't say I'm not enjoying it. I'm not like super enjoying it. I know that I will enjoy the final product. But I'm learning something new. I'm learning a new skill. I learned how to patch drywall today, so that's a huge plus. You know, I've got a real big theory on life, and it's something that I've learned in my career of nursing, which some of you guys don't know, that's what I actually do. I work in ER and do emergency nursing. But something that I've learned is, from all of the old patients that I've taken care of and people who have lived a really good life and are happy with where they are, is don't stop learning new things. 2 years ago, I didn't even know how an engine worked. I didn't know how to take apart an intake. And now we're building full-on blocks and building engines and building cars, and we have our own shop. This is just in about 2.5, not even 3 years. We've gone from owning our very first car, not knowing how it even ran, to having our own shop, painting our own shop. Like, it's crazy. You know, it really bums me out that I couldn't have brought you guys this far. And Danny Z especially, Danny Z is gonna say, I told you. And yes, Danny Z told me. If you haven't seen his YouTube, check it out. He does amazing content for the Nissan platform. But he always told me, he said, dude, you're doing big things. You need to do a YouTube. Do it. And I waited 1.5 years to finally start making content. I mean, I feel like you guys are really gonna enjoy this, and people will hop on the train and wanna see what's going on. But I have to say, I am really bummed I couldn't have taken you guys through the journey from the very beginning. But hey, we're already here. What's gonna happen in another 2 years? So anyways, this is kind of where I'm at right now. I'll probably continue the next video with tomorrow's.
1 hour later.
Well, I thought I was done, and it turns out that I kind of started getting addicted to seeing how the whole place is changing. and I stayed. So it's like 4 a.m. now. I have been screwing around with this wall because I really want those areas that are like lacking the sheen and turning brown with the wall because it's getting absorbed. I've been just blasting that with paint over there to see if that's gonna fix it. And then worst case scenario in those areas, I'm gonna just have to like do a bunch of coats just to get it there. I mean, it makes sense. You get enough coats on it, it should fix the problem. So I'm just watching it over there as it dries to see if we get the same results. So I've pretty much finished up this wall here. So let me kind of show you what I have done so far. All right, so you can see I have this wall primed. I am working on this wall. Like I said, I'm messing with the colors over there. And then that side is primed as well. I finished up this wall, and so slowly but surely, you know, now that I'm packing more paint on here, it's giving me a little bit more confidence that that's all it needs. However, when I'm looking over here again, I'm losing confidence because it's slowly starting to suck up this paint again and turn it back to that stupid brown color. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do about this. It'll eventually turn white. Okay, guys, so it is finally time to pack up. So I brought Stella back in, and yeah, so we got a lot done today. Really excited for tomorrow. I'm probably gonna get a later start just because I need to sleep. It's already almost 5 a.m. So I will be back. Catch you later for part 2. Thank you so much for watching. This is going to be such an epic journey together. I wish I would have started earlier like I was talking about earlier. But anyways, guys, hit that subscribe button. Have a good day, whatever you're doing. Yeah.